Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Tier Boys.
Boyz.
All right, it's your hosts, Jason and Dre. What's up, Dre? How's it
What's
going,
up,
man?
Jason? Doing well,
Good,
doing well. How
brother.
are you? How
Good,
are you?
brother. Good, good. Telling you, man, this stuff it's always a blast doing with you, but sometimes it feels like a marriage, man. You know, like we got a little bit of a connection going on.
Hey,
So,
hey, this is so perfect because we're working on duos, and we should have put us on the list, because I think
uh,
we
when
we
our
we,
egos
we
get
on the
bigger.
top. We're on the top.
When
But
our egos get bigger, man,
yeah,
one
yeah,
day.
one day,
So
or
yeah,
maybe
like
someone will do that for us. Oh, the Tier Boys. We're gonna place them best duo, but
I
obviously
mean,
Tier Boys is bigger than the duo too.
I
So
mean, most people settle for fan art, but
hey, all right, make sure you just give me
tier
muscles.
boys tier list would be definitely be appreciated. So anyway, yeah, like Dre said, today our topic is looking at who is the most dynamic duo, who has the most chemistry, who's like the as we see here up top power couple, who's the power couple of all these iconic duos, and who maybe just tolerated each other, where it was like they're more frenemies. I would count it as like work friends even. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna
So,
put that tier. I'm not gonna put that list, man. But we got a little above frenemies here, friend zone.
So we have
So
power couple is like the ultimate. Almost
yeah,
married is the second best. Besties is third. Pals is the third one. No, pals is the fourth one. Friend zone is that's when it kind of gets in a little. Okay, yeah, not the best of friends, but okay, yeah, yeah, around. And frenemies is like they just are okay with each other. And
hmm
I guess so. Just to explain how. So is it just the most successful people that, or is it more just about how they are together? It's just everything in one that makes a good duo, right?
right,
It's not just
yeah,
about like, oh, these people make the most money together, so they're a power couple. That might not mean a power couple. They might hate each other. They may be, So we're trying to balance the two of those. So it's about their success together and also about like how they are together too. Right? So yeah, so I guess we start with our first one on the list.
Batman and Robin.
Oh yeah. So when you think of Batman and Robin, very household name, right? And but it's not something you always say together unless you're into comics. Um right off the back, the way you place it is actually really perfect um because first of all, which Robin, right?
Yeah.
Um
Oh, it depends.
that's a
This is.
that's another
Let's
problem.
just go with Dick
You
Grayson, the
You,
OG.
no, but that's the problem. You be replacing Robin's Batman. Like you don't see Robin's replacing another Batman. There's five different Robins, but there's to me that's not a loyal Batman. I'll give you another name like nah, you're not Robin. You you Red Robins. You know what I'm
Red
saying? You're
Robin.
not Robin. So that's a little to me a little unloyal, Mr. Batman. You don't see Dick Grayson like let me name this guy Batman. There's only one Batman, but 100
You're my
Robins.
new father.
Yeah, you're my new father. But I love the relationships of all Robins and Batman, but I always feel like they never know the deep complexity of Bruce Wayne, right? He always hides himself from that. So it's not really the Robin's fault for it. It's usually Batman's fault of like being like, like the boyfriend that don't want to like, hey, I don't want to let you in.
Yeah.
And but they do well together. They beat up the homeless in Gotham. They send them to the hospital that they can't afford by just beating them up. So like they
Fight
do well.
sharks.
They clean up Gotham a little bit. So, but like I said, it's not all about their success together. It's all about how they connect. And a lot of Robins left Batman too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much
So
all of them.
yeah, everyone. Not because they're like, I want to be my own. They're like, damn, he's such a dick. Because like I
No
said,
pun intended.
he doesn't yeah, Dick Grayson. Yeah, so and they a lot of them have like, get like emotionally scarred from not in a bad way, just in a way like, oh, overbearing father. You know, you'll move out early. Like, man, I love him, but I dislike him. So I don't know. I think he's not. They're not that high on the list. What do you think?
I'm with you, man. I mean, accomplishments like the most iconic comic book superhero duo. But yeah, I mean, this goes with the writing, kind of like what you said.
Yeah.
They kind of touch upon it, like, oh, you're being too controlling, or oh, our ethics don't line up. But you don't really see much where it's like, hey, son, hey, dad. It's more like, all right, I need help here, and oh, I'm getting a little old, and you're gonna help me out, and no, I'm gonna be a rebel. I'm not a kid anymore. I don't fit into the spandex. I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm Nightwing now. They focus more on like the breakup than like working together a lot of times.
Oh yeah.
So you never really get like a full fleshed out Batman Robin. Not saying that there isn't any, but a lot of times it's just like we focus on how they work together, but then they split up more than like always a father and son type thing or best friends when they're older. It's just like yeah, we're almost work buddies. Okay, Joker, we both know how it is with him. All right, we'll do our thing, but work together. So yeah, it's kind of surprising to think about it, but yeah, like pals.
Yeah, definitely.
Like work relationship, like hey, you give me my allowance, stuff like that. You adopted me, but Bruce is like, I'm gonna respect you're your old man, but first we're gonna beef a little, then be
Oh,
like completely having great chemistry through and through. Only the Adam West Batman had that
oh yeah.
going,
That's the only. Yeah, that's the
but
only one.
yeah, surprisingly, yeah, I put them at pals. All right, Cain and Abel from Fire Emblem.
This is all you, Jason.
All right, I mean they kind of represent in almost every Fire Emblem game. There's always a green and red unit that kind of show up at the same time, or they exist at the same time. Like in Fates, Fire Emblem Fates, it was like ninjas. You had Saizo, the green ninja, and who's the other guy? The No, Kaze, the green ninja, and red ninja is Saizo, and they're always like contrasting and stuff. But Cain and Abel were the first one. Um, where one is a hothead, the other one's like a chill guy, or one's a womanizer, the other one's like a chivalrous guy. So they're a cool duo. Being that it's a video game, it's like you can kind of control how they are. But you don't really see them fleshed out, man. They don't hate each other, but they're both like, all right, we're gonna help Marth. You know. So I don't know. I might put friend zone because they are just like friends, but they're never like each other's like best man at their weddings type thing. Just like
Hmm.
cool. We'll talk. We're in the same army. All right. So next, uh, probably the strongest guys on the list. Dominic and Brian from Fast and Furious. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, literally
They might be
super.
a power couple. Like, almost married or power couple. I might put them that high. What do you think?
I would say almost married. I mean, because when
They
you
were
think about it,
frenemies at
that
first. Yeah.
yeah, that and then all of a sudden, like they got really close. He's taking. Wait,
Yeah.
is what's his name? Paul Walker's character.
Yeah.
What's his character's name?
Brian
Is
O'Connor
Brian
and
is
yeah.
Brian married to Vin Diesel's? I mean, Don's sister.
Yeah, yeah, in the movies. Yeah.
Oh, oh. So
Yeah,
first of
they
all,
have a baby and
you
everything.
okay? So you
You
try
don't
to arrest
remember?
that. No, I'm just recalling. You try to arrest that, and
They marry my
then
sister.
all of a sudden, like, oh, I'm taking your sister. And wow, that's like wow, that's that he's family, man. They almost married because he
Familia.
married his sister. So he almost married. So I think that's actually perfect. Like, and just
Yeah.
the way the relationship, like, and it was great to see something because you probably always thought it'd be like him antagonized, and they try to repeat that with The Rock a little bit, but
Yeah.
it didn't. he
Not
felt it
the
wasn't the
same.
same
Not the
because
same.
it was like why? Because I think Paul at the time, uh, Brian's character was more of like just a regular cop chasing street racers, right? And
Yeah.
when The Rock came, he was chasing legit criminals, like they were criminals. They were
International terrorists
international.
blowing up the world. Yeah.
You cannot like forget that. So, so like I like that how like it was easy for hey they're just fast drivers. I take a instead of like cocaine dealers. Like whoa, will a cop be friends with a cocaine dealer like the biggest cocaine dealer in the world? Maybe not, but
Yeah.
someone speeding, yeah, makes sense. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it was cool. I'm not gonna lie, like the movies are crazy,
oh
but the
yeah,
Dominic and Brian, like
it's wholesome.
the bromance with them,
Yeah, because you don't
it's
really see a lot of
it's
guys like Vin Diesel.
yeah, like that actually works in the
Family.
movies.
Like yeah,
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 manly.
like
Yeah,
you don't
bro. It's like no, they're actually like a
love each
family
other.
in
Yeah,
these movies. As
love
crazy as these movies are, it's like, oh, that was the one thing that like moved forward, that
oh yeah,
kept it fresh. And yeah, it was tough in Fast and Furious 7, man. I was like, that's a touching scene,
yeah.
the little send off to him. I was like, this is good, So, and I don't come to Fast and Furious for the feels, but they I even think Paul Walker and Vin Diesel, hey, they might hate each other or whatever, but I think Dom or they probably were
No, they love.
close. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like for real. But like, even on movie it showed like, hey, they're closest thing to a couple. All right, Drake and Josh. Oh, Drake's face is cut out, but whoops.
Well, I mean, real life Drake and Josh. Josh invite Drake to his wedding, so that's a
Oh,
friend of me. But
no.
yeah, which I was like, whoa, really? Oh, invite me?
All these
You
years.
invited Meg, all right?
You
Which is you
invited
invited Megan, but you couldn't invite me. Like that was like one of like I think it was a couple years ago. He apologized later,
Yeah,
but it was kind of just funny. He's like, "Wow, I thought you guys were actually closer." But the characters feel like we're a little way more closer than they were in real life for how they're
yeah,
portrayed. I mean Drake was really a meanie pants of Josh, but I felt like you felt the brotherly love, you
yeah.
know, and you could tell they hug me, brother.
Hug me, bro.
Like like they fit. I think they're perfect in besties because they're not really like almost married at
Yeah,
that
they would
level.
fight. I mean, they
Yeah.
wouldn't like they've had episodes, and they were pretty
Mhm.
good ones when they like fought, like either Drake's being irresponsible or Josh was being too
Mhm.
uptight. And that's the cool dynamic, man. They're like opposites, different like worlds, but they still are like, hey, we're brothers, like
Yeah, and that show was ahead
like
of a time when you think
Gigi.
about like a blended family now. I feel like it's more common that like two divorced parents get together and then make a new
The kids
family.
have
They bring
to,
their kids. So
yeah,
it was a
yeah,
good show to watch for like people that were going through at the time or because that wasn't a thing. People were like, no, you should always have a happy family,
yeah,
and they're like,
yeah,
oh no. So that was great. That was
yeah,
pretty.
yeah. So, even though they fought, I still think it's like a good best, like really high up there.
Hysterical!
All right, Gon and Killua. Talk about guys who
This
are
is a power couple, man.
damn.
This like I first of all, so I rewatched Hunter and I forgot how amazing it was. Just to see the pureness of these two for the writer and the creator, I don't know his name if you could
Is
say
it
his name.
Togashi? I
I
forgot
think
his
it
name.
could
Yeah.
be he married the girl that made Sarah the lady that made Sailor Moon, so that's why he don't care about the show like that. He's very but yo, man, this is one of my favorite duo. Like, if there's like a future arc that they will fight one day, I do not want to read it. Like, that's how
Damn, I
it
know.
feels like two of my friends will be fighting. Like, no, don't fight, guys.
If this
Like, they're
manga
just so
ever
pure.
continues.
Like, if they ever if
uh,
Naruto and Sasuke started like how they started, and then and then they fought at the end, it would have meant something. But they
yeah.
never liked each other. And they fought, and I'm like, all right, okay.
Yeah, you're like,
They
oh, they're
didn't like
friends?
each
Oh, I
other.
didn't know.
And now they're like, dude, our brother Sasuke. I'm like, no, he isn't. You never liked him. You never liked him.
Yeah, you
So
bullied each other.
yeah, I really hated each other like equally. Um, Yo, I love this relationship. Like there was a one episode they had a pillow fight to like to the next day, and they're like, oh my god, we didn't get any sleep. I know, and just like Killua has like a dark past and everything.
Like he's more mature in that sense than
Yeah,
Gon, you
and
know?
the fact that he wants to be around Gon and he wants to I just want to be friends with him. It's something so sweet to see.
Yeah.
I love it. It just makes me like,
For a dark series, like
oh yeah,
their
it's really dark.
bromance power couple dynamic is like
It's
that's the
amazing.
innocence. If you see that shit, Shiner, man, because you know how these shonen manga anime be. It's like there's gonna be some shit,
Oh
and
yeah,
I don't want it to happen. I hope, you know, I hope it
oh
doesn't
yeah.
happen. But yeah, see Killua like risk his life or be the one to get through to Gon when Gon loses his. I'm not trying to spoil, but you know what I mean, like
Oh,
his
don't. Yeah, yeah,
way.
yeah.
It's
Well, yeah,
like
his way,
it's
yeah.
cool to see him be the one to be here for him.
Yeah, definitely check this out. Whoever never watches
Hunter
Hunter,
Hunter, man.
Hunter x Hunter is one of my top three anime at least.
Like
You know,
objectively, I would say it's up there, man.
yeah.
Like even on my personal list, it might be in my top 10.
Hmm.
You know, like it's
The only
not
problem
your typical series.
it could be my favorite thing of all time if it was completed. So
I
just warning you,
know.
and it's just too
Uh,
much. And the manga's ongoing. It's just like the way the writer writes. Like once you watch a show, imagine reading. That's
one
all that.
chapter every
Yeah,
2 years,
yeah.
and then
So,
you're like, oh, I want more. So we'll
but yeah,
see. We'll
yeah.
see, man. But as of right now, you know, they're a power couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next, who knows if there's a sequel to this? Jack and Daxter. Do you remember playing these games? I remember like Jack 2 and 3.
Dude, these were my
Uh,
favorite types of games back in the day. Just like if it's a game like that, like Ratchet and Clank, like all right, like all
I know
these.
we can make a whole tier list just for that. Even
Yeah, I'm like
Banjo
okay, I play it.
Kazooie, like yeah,
Yeah, I'm like I play it. Like I for some reason I just love those type of games, like those type of adventure games. I kind of grew out of it. Like when the Spiral came, not Spiral game. I love Spiral. I didn't play it yet. Or the new Crash game, Crash Bandicoot game. But the type of games I loved as a child. Now I'm more about like more hardcore RPG. But yeah, these
right.
games are great. I enjoyed it. I love the dialogue with these guys. I struggle to realize what to rank them. To be honest.
Yeah, like personalities aside, yeah, a lot of times I feel Daxter is annoying to Jack, not just me.
Hmm.
But I'm trying to think, like, are there times when like Jack's capturing Jackster helps him or some shit? Like, they
There's
don't
nothing. There's
feel
nothing vice
there's
versa.
not much in that. There's not much depth. It's kind of like with Cain and Abel. There's not much depth with them, but I
Hmm.
feel they're like either besties or pals.
Yeah,
I'd have to.
I would probably say besties on their dialogue, but Paz won't agree with because just like because like what would the other guy? Because part of being good friends is like what could you do for the other guy reverse? Like Daxter had his own game, and
Yeah.
like I think the whole point of this game was to return Dexter back to a human. Yeah,
Ah.
like
I
what are you
forgot.
doing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
duh. They were
what
like
are you
best
doing for
friends
Jack?
before.
Yeah, what were you doing for Jack? He's nothing. He's just gonna
Forgot
help.
that's the first game.
Yeah, like yeah, that's the
uh,
game. That's what the whole I think game's about is just to turn him back. And
yeah.
Dexter, I played the game on the PSP, like one of the greatest PSP games
Oh,
that I played. It was amazing at the time.
yeah, there's a lot of
Thinking of like when I
competition
played.
for PSP games, you know?
Oh, like just like no, because that was like the greatest launch game. Because that was
Right.
probably the only launch game that came out in like soccer. But that was a really good game. But like it never mentioned like Jacks like that. From me recalling everything. So like
Right.
I was
Right.
like, damn, y'all just trying to make a whole spinoff without my boy, like without really mention him. So because of all those like kind of things, pals, but they're probably just as close as Gon and Killua. But we have to like be mindful for the other things that are exposed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like again, I think it's solid. Like they're friends, but they need hey more games.
Yeah,
Maybe show more of them. Like Ratchet and Clank have a lot, so I put them higher.
yeah.
But maybe we'll do a video game one. Anyway, this is for you, man. All you.
Casey and JoJo and all my life. Casey and JoJo, my opinion, one of the best R&B groups of all time, in my opinion.
Duos.
Bo-
Because
Boys
there's a
to
lot of
Men,
trios.
Boys
Well,
to Men
yeah,
is
boys to
like
men.
are probably known worldwide as the greatest, but you know they're a little sappy. Baby, you know I
There's
wouldn't
too
cheat
many
on
of
you like
them.
that. You know if you cheat on me, I'll take you back, baby. You know like all that little sappy stuff. Casey and JoJo bought like the cool to R&B, like
Yeah.
girl, I freak you down. Like it's like it made it cool, but like am I like you know like something? It was pretty dope. It was really dope how
Right.
they changed R&B. Um, they were originally in a group called Jodeci, and
Well,
then they left.
If you're a JoJo fan, then you know Jodeci.
They
Freaking
left,
you. And
yeah,
they left and did their own thing,
and
man.
they left and was
Mm.
probably just as big or bigger. You know, because people still refer them as Casey and JoJo. So you know, there was a whole group called Jodeci. Yeah, whatever. And they're actually really brothers. And I feel like
Well,
Casey JoJo songs are better than Jodeci songs. How do you do better with less?
right?
That's what I want to do with this in life. You know, do better with less. Um, I would put them as almost married. I would say power couple, but almost married is something. It's pretty fair.
And even with the music industry, man, like, do you know much about them
Oh, they
now?
still actually they're still. You know what?
They're still
They're
tight.
still tight because they're
That's
brothers.
the
You know,
thing, man, because
they're
sometimes you
still
got
tight.
family beef, you know?
Yeah.
You got, money comes in the way of things. But other times,
Can they still sing now?
brothers become closer.
No. You know, look them up. They sound terrible. That's why
Oh,
they're
no.
our. That's why they almost made it because they can. You know, because they're still together. That's dope. But if they
That's
were still out
that's
there
the
making
trick,
hits
yeah.
and like Boyz II Men is still out there singing amazingly, but it's like, you know,
Yeah.
like no one's trying to like really. People want to hear like you know the Whopper Junior, the WAP. You know, people want to know about the WAP songs. They don't want to hear about no baby. I know you cheated on me. So yeah, so that's the problem, Casey and JoJo. Casey and JoJo, but yeah, almost married.
Can't get closer, and the
Mhm.
brothers, the first real brothers on the list.
Oh yeah.
All right, Keenan and Kel.
Everybody out there, go run and tell your homeboys and homegirls it's time for Keenan and Kel.
Man, Key and Cal. Man, oh man.
I know in
Hmm.
real life they're not close, but
Oh yeah. And one is way more successful than the other.
eh,
Uh,
I've seen Kel in movies, but
hmm,
on Sci-Fi Channel. So
hmm.
hey, as long as he's doing good, man,
Hey,
don't
you
matter.
mentioned Cal. I didn't mention anybody, so
Okay. You
hey,
try and make everyone guess who's right.
come for
And
Jason.
Keenan's in
Yeah, I
SNL.
think they have like the Drake and
Drake
Josh
and Josh.
relationship, like in real
Right.
life. Like, yeah, we don't, we're cool.
But
Um,
what about in the show and all that?
on the show,
I'm gonna count all that also. You know.
I mean, that's why they got the Key and Cal show. Like, they have to be
Hmm.
almost married because like, or around besties because that's how they got the show because people love them so much together. Like, I'm a dude, you're a dude, and but what did Cal did for Keenan?
Hmm.
And that's the thing, because it's all about healthy friendship, healthy duels, right? What did they like? You know, like Kel was always bringing Keenan, like giving Keenan problems.
He
you
was getting him
know,
into trouble.
I mean,
And
and that
Keenan
was the
tries to
whole
get them
show.
out.
Nick
Yeah.
and Josh, like sometimes it was Josh's fault. Not all the time, but sometimes it was Josh's fault. Sometimes
Sometimes,
it was
yeah.
both their fault. But in Key and Kel is like 90% Kel's fault. You know, like Keenan got fired one time because of Cal. He poured orange soda all over his store. Like, so gotta take that to account. But
They still besties though?
I still think they're better than Batman and Robin.
Right, right.
Because he's not like he replacing Kel's.
Just replace him with Michael Che and Jay Farrow.
Oh yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah.
SNL, the real.
Yeah.
All
You know
right.
anybody? Ken? Nope.
You mean Michael Che? Yeah, yeah. All right. Kevin Hart and The Rock. Can you tell who is who?
Trick or treat.
Why are you dressed like that?
Because it's my costume. All you gotta do is go to the costume store and say, "Make me look stupid."
In this picture?
The Rock is the
One on the left or right?
man. They look just alike. Oh, so cool.
Where do you put them, man? You got the funny guy and the tough guy.
Yo, I think they work amazing. Like honestly, you could put them in any type of movie, a terrible movie. Have I watched all their movies together? No, but watching the trailer, I would watch it all the time. Like
Just the trailer, yeah.
yeah, like I first of all, I love both of them individually. I think they're just good people. Um, like I think Kevin Hart is trying to be, a good father and all that stuff, and The Rock is just, you know, 2024,
Hmm.
my, I'll vote. But sorry if you hear like the wind and stuff.
That's all right.
Yeah, thunder's coming. But yeah, The Rock and Kevin Hart, they're up there. I gotta say, I love their chemistry. Like, I don't know if you even watch their interviews together, and they always writing for each other. Especially what happened with Kevin Hart with like the incident about people thinking he was homophobic and everything, and The Rock
Yeah.
to a lot of people. I gotta say, they probably a power couple, man, because
Really?
they
Yeah.
really got each other's back. And
Not
then
just in
when
the movies.
Kevin Hart got when he got in the accident, The Rock, The Rock, did his press interview for him.
Mm,
Like, so I'm like, yo, that's your real y'all really got each other's backs, man.
yeah.
So and Kevin, he does Rock don't really get in too much trouble, but he rides with him. He supports him. You see him on Instagram, and they clown on each other like how we would clown on each other. So
Yeah.
they're definitely up there, man.
Not just in the movies, man.
Yeah.
So for that, yeah, they get a boost. All right, Key and Peele.
Sarah, how you doing, man?
Hey, pretty good, Gabe. Oh, got something on your shirt.
Not today, Terry.
Oh man, Key and Peele. I love Key
This
and
might be
Peele.
another power couple.
Matt, it has to be like I didn't want to like throw everybody power couple,
Talk
but
about day
he had a
ones,
great
man.
list.
Yeah.
Like they started. I don't know if you ever watched Mad TV. Have you?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
had a
like
childhood.
I love.
Crazy
Yeah,
one. But
yeah. You shouldn't be. First of all,
yeah, you should not.
one day we should do a Mad TV ranking list, like characters.
Oh my god.
I could
Yeah,
really go
that
there.
would
Like,
work.
I really could go there. Yo,
Yeah,
it
noted.
was one of my favorite
I don't know
shows.
how I got away with watching it as a kid.
You
I have
know why?
videos in my house recording.
Of Mad TV.
Like me and my sister would record the episodes
I
of
used to do
the
that too.
because I'm
Like,
like it's too late. I can't.
yeah,
Yeah.
you will
And then
miss
watch
it.
it Sunday morning. It's like time for church. Gotta watch Mad
Because
TV.
Mad TV like at 10 o'clock, right, on the
Yeah,
Saturday.
yeah, 10 or 11.
Hey, bro, I used to sometimes I fell asleep and then I wake up furious. Right? I'm like, damn, I missed it. I missed it. And even back in the
Yeah,
day, these darn kids, like there was no like little Hulu and Netflix. So I play it again. Like if you miss an episode, good luck watching it again unless you buy the DVD series. Which what kid has the money to buy? And what parents? Oh yeah, I'm gonna buy my kid a Mad TV special where they talk about make fun of black people, Spanish people, gay people, and all that stuff, and curse and very
yeah.
vulgar. Like no, like Bobby Lee was one of my favorite people on the show. When he got on the show, I loved that season. And then when Keenan and Kel got on the show,
Key and
I'm like,
Peele.
sorry, wow, racist, just mixing black people up.
Keenan's in SNL.
Yeah, when Keenan Bill, when they when they got on it, first of all, for me to see like we only had Ari Spears, and then man, I
And
forgot.
well, he had Phil Lamar, but he did voice acting,
Yeah, he did.
like
Oh yeah,
Static and Samurai. Like, Phil Lamar
yeah.
is cool. And
He
the
and the
other
black.
guy, Orlando, forgot the other guy's name.
Yeah, but they always were. I think
Yeah.
Phil Lamar was in Living Color though.
Orlando, what's the other guy's name? Orlando. You know what I'm
Wasn't
saying?
Phil
We're
Lamar
really
in
deep.
Living Color?
He might have been, yeah. I think
Yeah,
Phil Lamar.
Orlando was definitely
Ari
was in.
Spears,
Ari
yeah,
Spears was one,
and
and
Orlando.
he definitely was in Mad TV. So it wasn't a lot of brothers, but for some reason, Key and Peele, I felt like, oh, those are the guys I would hang out with. Like the way they
Yeah,
were,
yeah,
like they weren't like quote unquote. Because Ari Spears was also they try to like characterize him like he plays the hood characters. He
yeah,
never like these guys could play anything, and they were like those. I guess those dorky black guys or whatever. Like
yeah,
I
yeah.
really liked who they were, and they were themselves. I felt. And I just enjoyed them. And then obviously their show that came out, Key and Peele show, one of like the smartest economies to watch on TV. And yeah, they're great. And then individually, they are amazing by themselves too.
Yeah,
They're amazing by themselves. And then when
exactly.
they're in Toy Story, bro, oh my goodness, that made a movie for me. I saw the movie 3 times and I laughed every time.
Every time yeah.
Every time. Like they made the movie for me.
Tell you, man, decades. With Kevin Hart and The Rock, like, sure, they could have been friends back when, like, Soul Plane and
Yeah,
WWE, '03, but even then, it's Key and Peele have been friends
they got
for,
20
like,
years under the
decades,
belt.
though.
They got
20,
20
30
years.
years.
Yeah.
When they did, I think they met in, like, improv school,
Yeah,
or, like,
and I
acting
think they
school.
got the job at the same time because I forgot the story. And what
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
love the
forgot.
most about them when when
They both wanted to be, hey, if you're gonna
Get Out,
hire me, hire him too, you know?
uh not who did Get Out?
Jordan
Mike
Peele.
Jordan Peele, yeah. When Jordan Peele did Get Out, right?
Yeah.
That launched his career. He could have been like "F you, bullheaded Keenan," or like I'll never talk about him or reference him.
Key,
Yo,
yeah.
I'm more than him. I'm more than Mr. Michaels. I'm more than him. Like look at me as myself. Every time when people bring them both up together, he gladly talks about him. And then they did the Toy Story movie after. They could have been like, "Nah, chill. I'm trying to." And same for the other guy. He could have been like, "Nah, man, I'm trying to be my own person." But
Yeah.
they still like, "Nope, let's do this together." And that's what I love about them. Like even when they got bigger, and they could have just like, I don't need this person no more.
Drifted apart, yeah.
They
Like,
still came
still
back
come
together and
back.
did like a couple
Yeah,
more projects. So I love it.
exactly. Yeah. Same, man. I'm putting in power couple. That's like not just, oh, professional. It's like your bro. That's your other, and they can exist by themselves too.
Oh yeah.
But they're gonna still, hey, I got your back, man. All right, Mariah Carey and Christmas. No Nick Cannon, Mariah Carey and Christmas. Where would you put Mariah
Oh man,
Carey and
I'm tired
Christmas?
of having a top heavy list, man, but she is
Power couple,
bro.
really.
She is Christmas. If you do not play a more, all I want for Christmas, she made a whole new
Just
Christmas song.
last year, right?
Wait,
She
what?
had an album even. Like every year she comes out with like a Christmas
Yeah,
album, right?
think
So
about it. I think
every 5 years.
just came out like in the
This
80s,
picture's from like the '90s, '80s,
yeah,
like the
80s,
'90s, like
late
yeah,
80s, 90s, right? Bro,
yeah,
that's still the number one like Christmas song. Like,
yeah.
like you're telling me in 30 years, no one could have made a better Christmas song than that Christmas song, and she has plenty other Christmas songs, and I'm just like, no, she is
Christmas.
Christmas.
She
She
loves
is.
Christmas,
She's our
man.
Christmas. Yeah, she's our Christmas joy. Like Mariah Carey and Christmas is like you're not gonna not play Mariah Carey. Like, I mean, not play no Mariah because that's not Christmas. People say, "Oh, Christmas is about family, Jesus." No, it's about Mariah Carey songs. That's what really Christmas is
Yeah,
about.
that's what it's been for a while, huh?
Yeah, before
That's
she
not changing anytime.
was prophesized. So
All
yeah,
right, strong
man.
power couple there, man. Christmas and Mariah. All right, Mario and Luigi, man.
Let's go!
Okie dokie.
What do you think? They're
Man,
bros.
they're real brothers, and they do care for each other, and they both individually helped each other. Luigi mentioned he his goal is to save Mario.
Uh-huh.
Mario ain't trying to save him.
I'm trying to think.
Mario
Did he save Luigi? He did in the
one game, but still,
once,
but
like I
but
think once. But
Mario
he's
because
trying to save like Wario also. You know what I'm saying?
remember,
Like he wasn't trying to just save Luigi.
remember Mario always be pinning on his brother. He's like, yo, you want to join the tennis game?
You want to
Every
join the fighting game?
every game he got, let me put my brother on. Yo, we ain't going without my brother. Like that's a
We
loyalty.
going driving. We going racing.
Yo, bro, you coming through? And
Since
then
day
we're not
one.
gonna leave you. Even in Super Mario Bros. Nah, change my color to my brother. Give me a green. Give me a color. Like give me a green color, bro. Represent my brother. He always represent his brother. And Luigi, Mario, like he just be saying his brother. That's love, man. At first I was thinking about Almost Married. I forgot. That's some love, man. I gotta pick that for him.
Oh,
I gotta put him. This is something
yeah.
I got to. This next one might be shocking.
All right. Welcome to the Last Dance. What do you think, man? Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen.
Man,
After everything, throughout the years, that's gone with them. I mean, accomplishments. They're a power
probably
couple.
probably the most accomplished out of every single person on this list.
Even going to kill
I mean,
and
going from his
Dominic and
dad,
Brian.
going from his dad. I mean,
Well,
we'll see.
okay.
But 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 I don't know
Another
if
10 years,
I don't know if that's an accomplishment.
six
Uh,
rings.
but yeah, 6 rings. You changed the face of basketball. You made your own shoe brand. Like they made Gatorade cool.
Yeah, that's true.
Guess what? I'm going to put them in front of these, man. And such the
Really,
because in the document series, you hear them talking about because Michael Jordan was, I was gonna say Michael Jackson. I'm terrible. I'm like a old black mom.
Michael
I mean,
Keegan, Michael
yeah,
Keegan,
Mike and Thomas, Key and Michael Thomas Josh,
Mike
uh,
and Ike.
Mike and Ike, little Mike and Ike. That's my favorite show. But Michael Jordan was very selfish. Um,
Uh-huh.
as a teammate, he was a good teammate. He needed
Fierce
Scotty.
competitor. Yeah, he
Yeah,
needs Scotty to do the.
and Scotty was one of the best players to feed his ego never got really fully checked of my when you're
Yeah,
a good player and you play for another good player, usually those egos are like, nah, I get my own team. He was
yeah.
relevant to him. So I respect that, but when you think about like when he got Scotty took less and Michael's like, that's on him. Like
Yikes! That's
that's
not.
on Scotty. Like I didn't tell him to take that deal. No one told.
Damn.
No, now Scotty's like, let me reject this 10 mil. And Michael's
Mm,
like, nah, don't be stupid. Just nah, he said it like that. Ask Scotty, that's his fault.
uh,
So I feel like that's not, but their accomplishments are amazing. But I do feel like, and now to this day, they don't talk about each other. And guess what? Scotty said LeBron is one of the best players of all time. Listen,
In terms of statistics, LeBron is right there. And when you look across the board, not just scoring, check his assists, check his rebounds, he's probably ahead of Jordan.
Oh my God!
What?
Everyone have thrown this water on
damn.
my brother, and Kobe, listen, if you my brother, you're not gonna
Uh-huh.
put nobody. I'm not gonna say, "Oh, Jason is the worst future lawyer of all time." Even if you're the worst lawyer, you sending it. You're
Sending more guys to jail, and
85%. I'm still
then
gonna
I'm
be like,
trying. Wait, I'm
friend
the defense attorney, and they're going to jail.
I say, yo, try my friend Jason. Now, will I use you? No. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna
Yeah.
send your way because that's the
But
friendship
to
we have.
easily say, "Oh, LeBron's better,"
Yeah, 'cause
basically
you
saying
know,
that, easily saying that's like, nah, it shouldn't be that easy to say it.
yeah, it should be a like, well,
He's
it's
your
debatable.
brother, you know.
Yeah, so definitely, I know that people get tight about that, but they're not. When you look at their life, man, I don't think Jordan had really any real
Is
friends.
work friends, work friends.
Yeah,
They did a
they were.
lot of great work, but
Yeah, after
you
five
know,
o'clock, they
together,
were.
yeah. After 6 rings, okay.
Yeah, all right, goodbye,
All right, Oprah and Gail King. Oprah
man.
Winfrey, Gail King,
Talking about
part of the
bringing,
O Empire.
talking about bringing your friend up. Now,
CBS Morning, like main CBS Morning
because
newscaster.
there's no way she would have got that job if it wasn't. Like, let's be honest. Robert, oh no, see, messing up people's name. Gail is talented. Gail is this. Gail is that.
I'm sure
Um,
she is, but
oh, that's great, but not on that job or that easy. And she started so late. Like
yeah,
she started what 10 years ago for a woman her age.
a little more. But she was always it's kind of like the dynamic. Oh, that's Oprah's friend.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
because
But
before she got into television, she was Oprah friend, and she got the job. Like most people do broadcasts, and they start, right after college. They're in their
yeah,
20s. They do local news, and they work their way
yeah,
up, and then then they go on these big shows, and hopefully get their own TV show.
right.
She she jumped a lot of those steps. Yes, she may be talented, but maybe Oprah helping her. Even a lot of people say, "Oh, they really married," secretly married. Uh, I'm trying to understand what she did for Oprah. Maybe she helped her
Day
with
one
talk.
friend,
I don't know.
man. Day one friend.
Yeah.
So I
On
wouldn't
that,
say it's a one way,
yeah,
relationship, but all these years, again, talk about like fame changing you. I
yeah.
mean, maybe they've both been changed, but for them to still be good, like
Mhm.
sister
And she
friends
defended
is
her when she was like pressing man,
Russell
what is the
Simmons
lady's
or
name?
Kobe or a
But the
lot of
Kobe
people been pressed. R.
thing,
Kelly, a lot
yeah.
of people been
And
pressed by both of them.
Oprah
Yeah,
defended Gail every time. Well, even
yeah,
when people try to cancel her, she's like, Gail's depressed.
yeah, yeah.
I'll say, I think they're almost married. They're not
Almost
power
married.
couple yet, just because like I don't just know their relationship is private in the sense of like how did Gail help Oprah and said besides being just
Right.
did she do.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, let me just be because I could be friends with a billionaire pretty easy.
Yeah, but all these years.
Yeah, you're a billionaire.
But again, it's a trap, and you know this where a lot of oh you got money now, you too good for me, or oh you give me a loan. I feel like at least either
No, yeah,
Oprah's really
I think
willing to give her the money, which is a
oh
great
yeah,
sign of a friendship, or Gail was willing not to. You know what I'm saying? Or it
I
might
think
be a
Jordan
mix, not to
used,
ask like oh give me my handout or we're not friends. You
I
know what I'm
think he
saying? To
used the
still be
relationship, and Oprah needed someone to bring her back to reality. So I do
yeah,
think that's a balance.
whatever reality Oprah's in.
Yeah.
The O Empire. All right, Outcast. Talk about opposites. Like they were the same, but then opposites. But then the
So musically, power couple. I don't know too much about
they don't.
the
They still both. You see them on features, but they're
yeah.
never on the same joint,
Oh
the
yeah.
same track
Put them
as each
lower.
other, which is kind of
Let me
weird.
get the Outcast. Like now, let me get the Andre 3000 or Big Boy. You never see people like people don't be always one in both. I would take both, sure, why not? But people are like, let me just get one of them. So that's me. If you're a group, I'm like, nah, we all together. Like, yeah, I don't know.
I don't
If
know
you're,
about drama like that. Like I
yeah,
think
I don't think they're beefing.
they
I mean, from what we see, it's like maybe they're just pals, maybe, um, or maybe besties. I don't know their personal relationship, or it's not like they're like, yo, happy birthday to my brother. I haven't seen nothing like that, but
yeah.
I'm also not checking for Andre and Big Boy. What they up to?
Yeah, please be a new Outcast out, But
Uh,
Hey, they do their thing. Where we see with Key and Peele, they do their thing, but they still come together.
Exactly.
You
Yeah,
know,
they're the most low key out of this group, to be honest.
yeah. I mean, it worked when Big Boy is still doing the gang shit and Andre 3000 is doing the
You know, for sure.
artistic stuff, and it worked even better for some reason. It's the Erica Badu effect. Like when
Did you know
Andre's
like
just,
the history? Like, did they just grow up together, or
I don't know, but I know back in the day, damn it, was it Southern Play and Music Cadillac? I think or was there an album before that? I think there's an album before that. They were both like gangsta, Southern gangsta
Mhm.
style. But the fact that it was like Andre's doing his crazy thing, and then Big Boy's still, like Southern gangster, like tone to his songs, it was like, all right, bro, I'll still do it. It wasn't like a split, like, oh yeah, you're not hardcore anymore. It was like, nah, and it worked, with speaker box and what I forgot the other half, like the album's name, speaker box and the truth of love. I forgot the name of that album, but they pulled it off, man. And there's a lot of rap duos. We could even do a whole tier list on rap duos,
oh yeah.
but like even that worked, man. Like Roses
Oh,
and
well.
and they still were able to do each other and not. Maybe that's why they split, but I think it was just, hey, we're good now. We topped the charts, we're good now. But they still doing their thing. Just individually, I'd still like to see them come together.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, these guys, Shaggy and Scooby, a boy and his dog, or a stoner and his dog.
So they're like the Mario Brothers level, like very
I'm
iconic.
gonna put them pals. Sorry, outcasts. I don't know.
Uh, yeah,
Besties. Because what if I just started acting all, man? How would this if I come out with like Jason? What's up with you? Why are you dressed like Prince? Would you be like, all right, still your friend? That's a bestie.
well, you got your hair perm.
Yeah.
The Shaggy and Scooby very like in this culture like very iconic. Um right?
Like Casey and JoJo, they're a duo within a
Because
quintet. you
they,
know,
they're
they're
the
a
most
larger group.
what else? They're the
They've
most
had
popular,
shows together.
and they had their own shows. I loved when the
I
younger
didn't
shows.
like that show. I'm sorry. Shaggy and Scooby, I didn't like it.
I loved it.
Not
Um,
because of them, but
because
anyway, it's because it's just bad. Sorry.
hey, I didn't make it. You can't me. I didn't make the show. Um, but if you're my duo brother, you should like it if I made it.
Oh, right. We
Yeah,
have to think the same. Just like
exactly.
Shaggy and Scooby.
Yeah. But
You've seen them fight rarely, but they're always like, all
yeah,
right.
it's
Fred is like, okay, I'm gonna go into that room with the two women. Yeah, Shaggy and Scooby just, yeah,
uh,
go find clues that way. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, Velma and Daphne, come with me, and then the
don't,
two of y'all just don't die.
don't say that.
Fred.
Fred is just like trying to trick them in a three-way.
Or
He's like,
sometimes just like,
Fred's
nah,
like, hey, let's
I'm just
get
gonna,
naked.
or
Let's walk
just
in.
like, Velma, whatever, go that way. Me and Daphne will go this way, and Scooby and Shaggy, whatever. Like damn. But it's cool when in the old episodes, they used to wear a lot of disguises,
Oh
and
yeah.
they would like trick the monsters. So I always thought that was cool how they both pulled it off. Like they're doing it on the spot. You're like, oh
Oh yeah.
shit, we gotta wear these disguises, and then they're able to pull, like pull it off or whatever, or mess with the monster at the same time. Like it wasn't like, oh, you fucked that up, Scoob. It was like, no,
Because how
they
are
read
they?
each other. Same
How
wavelength with that.
are they individual? Like no one's gonna watch a Shaggy show.
This can go two ways, punk. One, you walk away. Two, I walk on your face. Your choice.
I mean, Shaggy was trending.
Well, it's you'd be surprised in this day and age,
I mean,
thanks to memes.
I mean, no, definitely memes. But no one's like, let's pay for a Shaggy spinoff, or unless it's just for the
Yeah,
laughs. And Scooby could do something by himself, but not
yeah,
Shaggy. But yeah, I think they're a perfect duo. Boy and his dog, man. Uh, it's simple, something simple, and it just works.
almost married or power couple. I put him almost married because it's kind of like there is it's like with Jack and Daxter. There is a definite cap. They're like they've been through sad stuff. I'm trying to think like a really sad moment or really like damn that's a
Yeah,
boy and his dog. But
when
other than the
Scooby got
movie,
Scooby snacks stolen,
got
and
what? Scooby
so there was
Snack?
one episode of Shaggy Scooby.
Right.
So Shaggy mom got shot, and then Shaggy was crying.
Damn.
He's like this, you're my. He's I have no family, and Scooby's like, you're my
Mm.
family.
Oh damn, that was a heavy episode, man.
I mean, no, I mean that's fake because why would
Oh,
they?
oh,
But
yeah. You imagine if any of
that
these monsters be carrying guns. You know how dangerous the show would be. It's
you
like it's
stupid.
all he's like "Rrrr," and then just fucking shooting at them. Like, oh, it looks like that ghost guys has a gat. Jeez. Jinkies. Like no shit, Velma. Like where are my glasses? Like, oh my god. That
Do
show
that.
would be ended. Like these kids, these meddling kids would be done for.
Imagine they try to do that. You know that run, they stand in place, they get shot.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yo. Yeah.
like lined up.
Damn. But even in the movie, it was cool. Like I had problems with the Scooby Doo movie, but even in the movie, it was like they still had a good dynamic. You know what I'm saying? But it felt like Cap to me still, like besties. You know, even though in the movie he did pick Scoob over the girl because the girl was a monster or whatever, or
I mean, yeah,
replaced by a monster. It was like still,
the
it was
girls.
still like, yeah, it was
I
still,
mean, am I jealous that my dog is so stupid and such an idiot compared to Scooby?
eh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I hate my dog. She be in that. She
But the
knows.
fact that Shaggy didn't put that Shaggy put hoes before
Mm,
dogs
that's
is
true.
is like you guys aren't the couple, you know, almost though they're tight but not power couple. All right, Sherlock Holmes and Watson.
That's all you, brother.
You ever saw? Really? You don't know anything of Sherlock and Watson?
I know just
Really?
Sherlock.
Oh damn! All right, it's like Batman and Robin. These are the OG Batman Robin smoking opium and stuff.
Isn't that his real
So
brother, Watson?
nah, they're not brothers. The sidekick.
Oh, side note, he Sherlock Holmes have a sister.
I did not know that.
Well, according to Netflix, they're making a movie about his sister.
Oh, cool.
Guess who's playing Sherlock?
Sharonda Holmes. Who's playing
Guess who's playing
Sherlock Holmes?
Sherlock? The guy that got his mustache CGI. In
Henry Cavill?
yep,
Henry Cavill? Yeah.
Henry Cavill. He
Superman
is
himself.
first
He's
of all,
Sherlock.
yeah, I'm making Sherlock more handsomer
Yeah,
every time.
Robert Downey Jr. You go from
I thought,
Iron Man to
yeah,
Superman?
yeah.
Like,
Like,
it's
I was like,
gonna.
okay, Robert is like that's a good
Yeah.
enough Sherlock. Then they got this. Watch the trailer. And like, this man is too handsome for
Yeah.
Sherlock. But yeah, sorry, continue.
So the thing with Watson is like, I don't know. I felt Sherlock always just needed a guy there just to make sure he doesn't die with any of these mysteries. And Watson was always the guy, not playing dumb, but he was like the audience. Like, oh, how would you find that out? And then, Sherlock's like, my elementary, my dear Watson. I think they're like the template for a few of these, where you had like the smart guy. Oh, I forgot to have Pinky and the Brain, but I haven't watched that show in a while, so
Yes,
it's kind of hard.
they're probably
But
like
it's
friends.
it's but that's the thing, like Watson would get stuff done. Like Watson, take this to the police station. We got to investigate. While Sherlock does all the fun shit.
Mhm.
But like he didn't feel like a butler, but it was like protege or like not a student, but you know what I'm saying? Like you're my colleague still. Like I don't think Sherlock, depending on the interpretation and version, right? Like Sherlock never talked down to Watson. He was just like All right, let's talk it through how I got to that conclusion. And
Mhm.
that is good. And Watson being like loyal, is like, hey, Sherlock's a little crazy sometimes, but smoking opium, but at the end of the day, he knows what he's doing, and we're gonna catch the culprit. So I think they're the template, they're the standard. So that's why I kind of put them in besties.
Okay.
Again, I don't know all the books, but I remember reading like one in when I was in grade school, but I wasn't a big Sherlock fan. But I remember watching the cartoon. Sherlock, you read the cartoon?
Nope. Did not.
Oh,
Wait,
it
was it like?
was something else, bro. It was called ready. It was called Sherlock Holmes in 22nd century or something.
Wow.
So it was like Sherlock Holmes was a real person and was in cryos. It's a cartoon, bro, like all cartoon.
Mhm.
And he was in cryostasis. So, ever since the 1800s, his body's been frozen. I think
Captain
has been frozen. And Watson's like a cyborg, and they have a third partner. They have a I forgot her name, but she's like a future cop, and like the three of them solve crimes.
Sherlock was racist, but right? Because
Well, you can't
is
be
it
racist
black?
in well, hey man, if in the year 2120 and you're racist, I don't know. Maybe people will be more racist then. But yes, the black folk did it. It's like, oh,
Every
well,
time. Whoa, he probably was a good detective. He just got black people
well,
arrested.
if he just listened to the officer's directions, my dear Watson, then he wouldn't have gotten shot. It's like, you know. But wait, wouldn't that make him the victim, Holmes? No, no, no. He's intimidating the officer. Imagine if he was like that, because that's the thing too. I forgot, did Sherlock work with Scotland Yard or not? I forgot if he was just doing his own thing. You know what I'm saying? I forgot how it works. I think he was a detective for Scotland Yard, but what you know what I'm saying? Like vigilante.
These slaves are
Yeah.
fast.
Oh.
You need to catch it. You need to catch
Anyway, yeah. There's not much we can say on Sherlock, but last but not least, bro, SpongeBob and Patrick.
it.
We can talk about this for days. We can
Yeah,
talk about them for days. So,
the most amenable, um, kind of like, kind of gay, kind of not gay couple.
well,
Um,
yeah.
because yeah, so they're very strange couple, but they are good friends, right?
Hmm.
But I don't. So here's another problem people may have. People may think they might be power couple because of the name and their
Mm,
popularity, but it's not about how popular these characters are.
mm.
It's about their relationship and how things. I remember at least 7 episodes of SpongeBob and Patrick fighting, and Patrick betraying SpongeBob or SpongeBob betraying Patrick.
Uh-huh.
Like I remember that a
Oh,
lot.
the Fry Olympics, the Fryer
Legit,
Olympics.
they legit fought.
My
Uh,
name's not Rick. That was a tough episode. 'Cause I was like, no, they're fine, But yeah,
yeah,
they fought before the
they fought.
oyster,
And not saying if you're friends you
the
shouldn't fight,
baby
but
oyster. Yeah,
it's just the
but
type of
that's
fight.
how it is. Friends, yeah, fight.
There's the type of fights that they would have, and it's like just very. It's very Keen and Kel. So think of Keen and Kel, but both of them are Kel. You know what I'm saying? Like they're both
Yeah,
dumb.
yeah. SpongeBob followed by a new episode of yeah,
Cause like one day,
yeah,
usually Patrick is the 100% dumb one, but there are times SpongeBob will be just as dumb.
yeah.
But
I liked it when SpongeBob's like overly nice. Like SpongeBob's not dumb. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? He's just like naive. Like he gets taken advantage of. Like Patrick's the a hole. Like Patrick's dumb, but like he's mean. Like Patrick straight up can be mean.
yeah.
But on the other hand, other than the episodes where they beef, it's cool to see when like they do miss each other. You know?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like when they were
Yeah.
beefing, it showed how much the friends they were. But I don't see Patrick other friends. I see SpongeBob with his other relationships with his friends like Sandy. I think that's such a wholesome relationship. Him and little Sandy.
Yeah.
Um,
That's
so
true.
I
Like
think their
when
relationship is like very just such a sweet relationship.
like when SpongeBob would either lived with the jellyfish or the other episode where he wouldn't go outside. It wasn't just Patrick, it was like Sandy and Patrick
Yeah,
trying to get him back to normal or, snap him out of it. But yeah, I put him besties, man. Like the salty spittoon one, how Patrick was just getting his ass kicked or pretending to have SpongeBob beat him up was, it was like, ah.
No, please wait. No, please have mercy.
He would do all that, but other times, yeah, there's mad episodes where they do fight also. And that doesn't mean, oh, they're not great friends, but they're not like power couple. Like, yeah, this is
yeah, 'cause when
the
they fight,
friendship you want,
pretty toxic. When they fight, it's toxic. It's not like
Yeah,
it goes to like a whole nother level of like of,
yeah, it's
of
extreme. It's like they're just jerks, man. But it gets ugly in those shows. Now you think about it.
oh
But
yeah.
yeah, man. This has been a pretty straightforward list. Not too many surprises like that. A few, but it's been another good episode, man.
Yeah, definitely.
So any changes, last minute changes, or
So with
set?
this list, we only had like three women on the list. We really before we recorded, we were trying to think of like more women to put on, and I'm like, yo, there's really not that much duels that we both know a lot, like in the media. I'm like, wow. So it made us thought like, oh, trios. Like if we ever did trios one day, there's the Powerpuff Girls, Destiny Child. There's like so much. Um, I realized
TLC,
TLC how important like something about trios is like the
Salt
sweetness
and
number.
Pepper.
Salt and pepper. It's like a sweet number with the trios. I'm like, wow. So maybe we might do something like that. Who knows? But yeah, I would love to have more. Like as you see, we try to have a very diverse list. Video game characters, cartoons, celebrities.
Movies, etc., etc.
We
Everything.
try
We
our
rank
best.
everything. No
We rank them.
holding back. Everything. So, if you have any additions, let us know. We'd appreciate the feedback. Any power couples or frenemies you have in mind. Dynamic duos. Let us know. Be happy to see what people have in store. But anyway, Andre, any last thoughts? Oh, want to give a shout out? Just like with last episode, check out our friend Nia's bridalqueen.com. We'll send a link in the description. Again, she's working hard with that, and we're more than happy to support her with that. So yeah, we need more women representation, but also need more women treated as queens. And no,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not being a simp. I'm just, hey man, you gotta respect. You gotta respect women. That's how it is.
Simple alert,
But
simple alert.
oh my god.
Please add simple alert on. Thank you.
But yeah, man. Thanks again, Andre. It's been good.
It's been
Take
good.
care,
See
everyone.
you
Like,
next week,
comment,
man.
subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Your boys out.